Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily Dvar, and here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Friday, the 16th day of November. Here we go. On Shabbos, Shabbos, of course, is a great sanctity, and because it has such great sanctity, there are a lot of things that you're not allowed to do that have nothing to do with actually working. Like, for example, on Shabbos, we don't prepare for anything that has to do with after Shabbos. I'll give you a great and very pertinent example. If you eat Shalosh Seudos, that last meal of Shabbos, and at the end of Shalosh Seudos, there's still about 10 or 15 minutes left to the end of Shabbos, you might feel like cleaning up the Shalosh Seudos table, all the stuff that's on the table, because it's a little bit messy. But if you think about it, all the preparing that you're doing right there in cleaning the table is really clearing up for you, giving you more freedom for your Saturday night to get out of the house and get in the car and go do stuff. And that's preparing on Shabbos for after Shabbos. So cleaning up your whole Shalosh Seudos table in the last few moments of Shabbos would be like preparing for after Shabbos, and you're not allowed. However, if the stuff that you want to put away from the Shalosh Seudos table is food stuff that will become ruined if you leave it on the table, you most certainly are allowed to put that away, because we don't want that milk to go rotten. We don't have to cause foods to spoil because of this law. Foods that need to stay fresh need to stay fresh, and you do whatever it takes to keep them fresh. But cleaning up your table in your house for post Shabbos, that's not really allowed. If you're one of those people that really gets aggravated by seeing stuff on your table, and it'll ruin the last 9 minutes of your Shabbos, and that's why you're doing it, if that's why you're doing it, then you may have permission to actually clean up that table. Also, if you have a math test that's coming on Monday and you want to study for that math test on Shabbos, that's not so kosher. That's not in keeping with the sanctity of Shabbos. If you have a Chumash test coming on Monday and you want to study for your Chumash test, as you might expect, that's allowed, but that's because that's Torah, and learning Torah on Shabbos is a fantastic pursuit, even though your ulterior motive is because you want to do well on your Chumash test. Ultimately, you're still involved in the study of Torah, which is the kind of thing that God wants you doing on the day of Shabbos. Talking about plans for after Shabbos, like sitting around Shabbos afternoon and discussing with your friends which thing you're going to do right after Shabbos, that's also not so kosher, not so proper. Those kinds of discussions should be left until after Shabbos. Thanks for logging on, and log on again after a very spiritual Shabbos. Bye-bye.